Monday after Monday. But before Wednesday, yes, it's Tuesday. And it's time for Game of Muscle Sim Racing News. It was a hard first lap. I thought I'd made it around the first corner. I thought it was safe. But I turned around and there was a car on my bumper again. Oh, online racing. I can't take any more. Why is public racing so bad? Don't you worry, all you need is a fix. www.monoracing.com. Like iRating for iRacing. But stolen like a biscuit on the side. Give me back my biscuit. I am hungry. I want to dunk it into my tea. Oh, hang on. This is sim racing news, not tea news. Monorating.com are aiming to bring a iRacing-like safety rating to Assetto Corsa. Now, what's nice with this is that it's server-based, so the end user doesn't have to do anything. You just join the server and this should all be set up and work. And in fact, it's been going for the past 2 or 3 weeks, so you probably noticed it in the chat room. But the way it works is, as you drive, it listens out like the NSA and watches what you do every second, every minute, and then evaluates you and assigns you a grade from N for not listed, so when you first start playing you're new and you're not listed, you're not on the system, to A for exemplary racing skill. Now the idea is servers that have got this Monorating plugin installed can then choose to exclude people that are in the D or W brackets of ranking, which is D for not clean, go and have a bath, and W for deliberate wrecker beyond doubt, which basically they should just have the death penalty for that. I don't know why we're taking it light on them. But perhaps even more excitingly, once you get to B rank, you get put into their performance rating bracket, which allows you to then see how you rate against other people, with it using a pretty nice scoring system that will allow you to be driving whichever car you happen to pick for that server and still be ranked appropriately. If you want to know what your rating is when you join a server, you just type in the chat room /MR or /Minorating, and well, that's it. It's as simple as it gets. So absolutely fantastic. And I have to say, it's a bit like the Borg. The resistance is futile. It's taken over the server list. But on the servers I have driven on, the racing does seem to be better, and just people seem to be driving a little bit more carefully. I'm not sure if it's the rating or some kind of spooky 1984 psychological effect going on, but it's making things better, so who can complain? So check out www.monorating.com to read more in depth into what they're doing. Remember, this is a bit of a enthusiast project by a programmer that's bonkers, so it's nothing official, though I definitely think Kunos should buy this up and put it in the game by default. It's really the sort of thing that's needed for online racing to be enjoyable and not crazy. But Monorating.com, go to the website now. Winning stuff is always fun, unless it's something really boring that you've won, like a trip to Bognor Regis. Well, your opportunity to win some VRP, which is virtual race points on RaceRaceRoom Racing Experience, is here in the form of another Hotlap event. Now, that might sound dull, depressing, miserable even, but it isn't, because RaceRoom is actually pretty damn fantastic when it comes to doing Hotlap competitions. Now, all you have to do is get into RaceRoom, check out the car that you need. In this case, it's the ADAC GT Masters 2014, and you get on the track. And even if you're too slow to get any of the prizes, you still get entered into the random draw with a chance to win that way. But it's also just a fantastic way to learn tracks, see how other people are driving fast, and just brush up on your basic driving skills. There's 2 weeks left to try and dethrone the current leader all the way from sunny Greece, Georgios Zentos. Rumour has it this guy drives with sea urchins attached to his G25 just to keep the adrenaline pumping. Also of note is the somewhat famous and quite likeable guy Pablo Lopez in 6th place. Maybe you can defeat him, maybe not. Either way, he'll be filming it with a GoPro. Need for Speed is something drug addicts probably say occasionally, but in this case, we're talking about the game. Need for Speed might not be a driving simulator, but let's face it, most of us started out playing the original series, probably up until about Need for Speed Underground 2, where everything just turned into generic console driving game drivel. Somewhat excitingly though, they announced a while back that there's going to be a Need for Speed reboot, and with that we started to see some nice screenshots and the hints that they're returning more to the original Need for Speed Underground concept, which to me is really appealing and would be a nice break from the more serious sim racing titles. Now, yesterday the developers of Need for Speed announced that they're going to be delaying the PC version of the game because after hearing from our PC community, an unlocked frame rate in Need for Speed is a massive priority for you. Now, in some ways, it's a really good thing that a developer's actually delaying a title to make sure that it's a decent quality release without ridiculous bugs in it. However, you do have to somewhat question why having an unlocked frame rate wasn't an initial concern for the developer, and for that to crop up now. What this also communicates to me is that the developer clearly isn't really seeing this as a genuine multi-platform title. It's really a console game, and they can get it to work on PC and they'll get the Steam sales. And because Steam now has a refund system, you can't completely take the piss with that PC version that you don't care about, and you actually have to make sure it works to a basic level. All in all though, I wasn't expecting this to not be a console game, and I don't really have a problem with console games so long as they do work. So really it is a positive thing that they are delaying it and that we might actually get a decent Need for Speed game in the future. We'll definitely be checking it out. I am genuinely excited for it. I'm not getting my hopes up too high, but how good would it be just to have a Need for Speed game that captures the essence of the first two Need for Speed Underground games, or even the very original Need for Speed games? That would be wonderful. That is it for the sim racing news this week. Make sure you click the subscribe button, like the video, and then check out Jimmy Broadbent's YouTube channel. Jimmy covers all the simulators and does a whole bunch of championship videos going through the championship modes of a bunch of the simulators, even older ones such as F1 Championship, 97, 2000, Richard Burns Rally, as well as covering some of the more recent content. So go there right away. Jimmy Broadbent, he makes racing videos.